It was supposed to be our final summer with Troop 42, me, Zach, Charlie and Nate, before we all moved on to different high schools. The Scoutmaster, Mr. Jensen, picked a new location that year, Timber Hollow, deep in a stretch of wilderness 2 hours past anything resembling cell service. The place wasn't listed on Google Maps. Jensen said he found it in an old guidebook from the 80s. That should have been the first red flag. That night we made camp, cooked over the fire, joked around. But as it got dark, we noticed something weird. No crickets, no owls, just wind. Charlie pointed out that there were no other campsites nearby, not even trails. At 2 a.m, Zach shook me awake. "Did you hear that? Someone was walking around, crunching leaves." I said it was probably Jensen checking the perimeter. Zach stared at me. "Then why did I just see Jensen's boots sticking out of his tent?" Morning came. Jensen was acting off. Quiet, jumpy. When we asked about trails or bathrooms, he just said, "Stay near camp. This place isn't mapped right." Later, Nate and I wandered anyway, maybe 20 minutes out. That's when we found the first trap. Barbed wire strung knee-high between two trees, hard to see. And right next to it, a camera nailed to a tree, aimed straight at the path. That night, rain came early. We huddled under the main tarp when Charlie found an old wooden lockbox buried near the fire pit while digging a trench. Inside was a leather-bound logbook, yellowed pages, notes in pencil going back years. May 14th saw tracks again, bigger than before, smelled like smoke. June 1st, third group didn't return, packed up, leaving supplies for next. The last page. July 8th, if you're reading this, you're being watched. Do not stay past night 3. That was tonight. We confronted Jensen. He finally broke. "This place, it's not monitored. It was decommissioned after some disappearances. I thought it was just ranger paranoia." We begged him to leave, but the van was parked miles away. He agreed to hike out alone at first light to get it. He never made it. By 7 a.m. we followed his trail, but it just ended, like he vanished mid-step, and a few feet off the path, we saw another camera. Newer, modern, plugged into a car battery. That night we didn't sleep. We heard movement, branches snapping, breathing, not animals. At 2:47 a.m, our fire dimmed. Then one by one, our flashlights died, even the backup lantern. And in the dim glow of coals, we saw something move between the trees, not fast, not hiding, just observing. Too far to see the face, we ran, left everything, found a service road by sunrise. 3 of us made it back. They never found Jensen, or the cameras, or even Timber Hollow, because the records say it never existed. And now, whenever I drive past the Appalachians, I think about the other logbooks buried out there, and who might be writing in them now. We weren't supposed to dig. That's the rule they told us at Troop 94's wilderness retreat. I was 14. It was our final summer campout before high school. 6 of us, 2 adult leaders. The camp was tucked deep inside Rockwell Forest, over 30 miles from the nearest ranger station. They said it used to be a logging outpost long before the Boy Scouts took it over. Nobody mentioned why the other camp shut down. On the second day, while clearing out a spot for a latrine, Ethan's shovel hit metal. A box, heavy, rusted, about the size of a shoebox, wrapped in layers of cloth. Inside were 2 things: a knife wrapped in what looked like an old bandana, and a Polaroid photo, stained and faded, showing a kid tied up to a tree, blindfolded. The kid wasn't smiling, his mouth was taped shut. There was a date scribbled on the back, August 1994. That was exactly 10 years ago. To the day, we took it straight to Mr. Lowry and Mr. Kent, the troop leaders. They looked at each other. Then they told us something we didn't expect. "Put it back. Forget you found it." We thought they were joking. They weren't. "You don't understand. This forest has history." But they wouldn't explain. That night, after lights out, I saw Lowry leave his tent with the box. He came back 30 minutes later, alone, empty-handed. That same night, Nate woke me up around 3 a.m. "There's someone outside, not one of us." At first I thought he was sleep-talking, until I saw it too. Just beyond the firelight, a figure standing still between the trees, not walking, not moving, just watching. It stood there for nearly 10 minutes. Then it backed up, not turned, but backed into the shadows. We told Lowry the next morning. He just said, "Don't wander, stay in daylight, we leave tomorrow." That morning we found Kent's tent empty. No gear, no boots, no trail. Lowry looked shaken but didn't report it. That's when we snuck into his pack, trying to find his phone, a map, anything. Instead we found a second photo, a Polaroid, another boy, same tree, different year, 1992, same blindfold, same tape, same forest. This wasn't a one-off. This forest had a pattern. We didn't wait. That night, Ethan, Nate and I packed up and left on foot. We didn't care about gear, tents, badges, we just wanted out. We hiked for 2 hours, but somehow we ended up right back at the same clearing, like the trail had turned on itself. Lowry was waiting. He looked disappointed. "You boys should have stayed in the light." Then he walked into the woods and never came back. We never told anyone. The council said Lowry and Kent left due to family emergencies. But here's the thing. Every 5 years, I search the local forums, backpackers, missing person cases, obscure Reddit posts, and every few years I see a familiar description. Boy last seen in Rockwell Forest. Found camping gear, but no signs of a struggle. I'm 29 now. And last month, a photo showed up in a thread. Old, damaged. But I recognized the tree. And the date, August 2024. People still ask me what happened up there. I stopped giving real answers a long time ago. There were 11 of us, including 2 Scoutmasters. Troop 17, West Virginia region, took an annual trip every fall. This year was different. We were trying a new trail system in the Monongahela backcountry. It wasn't on the regular maps. But Kent, our scout leader, had gotten the trail notes from some retired ranger. Said it used to be a fire road before the 90s. "No one's been up there in a while," he said. "That's what makes it special." First night went fine. Second night, around 2 a.m., we started hearing echoes. Not voices, not animals. Just the sound like shuffling boots, breathing, and a soft click, like a lighter flicking. We assumed it was one of the older kids messing around. Until the next morning, we found Paul's boots outside the tent. But Paul wasn't in them. His sleeping bag was still zipped, empty, no signs of struggle, just gone. Kent didn't panic. He was ex-military, calm, methodical. He said Paul must have wandered to relieve himself and gotten turned around. "We'll find him by noon," he said. By 4 p.m., another scout disappeared. This time with his flashlight still glowing on the ground, pointing directly up at the trees. We stayed in pairs after that, but by dawn, the 2 oldest kids, Ethan and Jared, were gone too. We finally broke down Kent's trail notes. It wasn't a ranger's map. It was photocopied pages from a decommissioned fire lookout journal, with hand-scribbled notes and X marks over certain valleys. One line was circled 3 times. "No camping past Rowley Ravine. Sounds carry too far. Too late to move by the time you hear them." Kent never explained why he chose that trail. We found out later. His son vanished on this route in 1999. Troop 17 was his way of going back to find him. Only me and David were left. That's when we saw it. An abandoned fire tower, not marked on any current maps. It was half collapsed, no stairs, but someone had been dragging wood toward it recently. We found a pile of backpacks beneath it, not just ours. Some were sun-bleached and mouldy, tags from other states. One had a patch from Troop 41, missing since 2006. Inside the shack under the tower, a radio was still crackling. The only words we caught were, "If you hear them breathing, don't move." We hiked west until we hit a service road, after 3 more days of total silence. No food, barely any water. Only me and David made it out. Kent and the rest were never found. The ranger station logged it as a tragic accident, said the trail wasn't official, said animals might have been involved, but no prints, no tracks, no blood, and no gear were ever found.